I need help understanding what's going on here. One Nation Champs objective refresh, and the card in it is okay. I don't even know. We're gonna talk about it right now. A ton of more player leaks for the team to make your mark, and a new update as well came out that does have some bug fixes in it that have been present since day one. So hey, at least it was fixed at some point in the middle of June. I'm already hating super hard this video, but please bear with me. We're getting closer and closer every day to 15k, so thank you all for that. And I guess I'm just gonna begin right now with this objective. So if you guys want to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. The link is in the description. Use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount. The idea behind it, not a bad idea. Different nation if you want to do that for a certain card to get for weekend league in the middle of summer when it's like less interesting. It's not a bad idea in the slightest bit. And the Enzo objective I liked a decent amount, actually. I thought the card was maybe not amazing, but it was still pretty good. It was missing certain playstyles. We get Nuno Menj now. And this is our reward for 12 wins, and this card just looks fine at best. Honestly, there are better left backs out there, undoubtedly, and ones that are not a million coins. I'm talking about, there are just better left backs out there. Some of the play styles are good. I like the fact that he has incisive and long ball. Like, this card isn't bad. It's just the fact that this is the reward for 12 wins. Are we serious here? It has to be Enzo level or above to me. It cannot be lower than Enzo. And you might be saying, you know, who cares, because it's just a free thing. If you want to do it, you can do it with an Argentina team, and you know, no one's forcing you to do anything here. You get some okay packs in it too. You know, you get an 83-20, an 84-5, 84-10, 86-2, which, to be honest with you, are like fine packs, but not what they used to be, obviously, right? Really what it does to me is make me wonder when you see things like this, and you know, the menu content right now being extremely subpar and lackluster, makes you wonder how they can go from like a fantastic season progress, or just season in general, right? Not season progress, but like so many great cards in the season: Bernardo Silva and Alexis Sanchez and Toni Kroos and Depay and Puskas, and the best season in FIFA history pretty much. Can also just have some bullshit as well. Like, I don't understand really the thought process behind a lot of the content at the moment. I feel like if we had a community manager, like, we would at least be able to like ask questions and they would be able to respond. Also, guys, groundbreaking technology we had in FIFA 19, it's back. Press square on a player pick and look at that. It is indeed back, boys. We can actually get to see both cards now. The in-game stats, not so fast. Maybe next year, maybe 2 years from now, that technology might be there. We'll see. But for right now, we can at least see the card, which is kind of nice. It's the bare minimum, but hey, look at Abilene here. We can see both cards. So thank you, EA. The fact that this wasn't a thing until now, insane, but I would like to say at least they fixed it. So there's that. Now, also, I did not mention that the Nuno Menj, that objective came out, actually initially showed his team of the season card and not his new make your mark card. Just a stupid random glitch that you can tell the coding of this game is in utter shambles. And also, while we're here, we have a new title update. We'll talk about that in one sec. That's also on this account. So the next tweet, though, it's on this account we're going to talk about today, because God knows the direct communication Twitter account, we could check daily for updates, and it's a help and support Twitter account, and we can check daily for updates, because we can't go a day without fucking something up. And we've got affected players from that badge milestone, the Euro badge collection, where we could collect all the badges and get those player picks, right? If you bought badges to do that, your coins have been returned, apparently. So yeah, hopefully that has been the case if you did do that. And then also the objective just didn't come back, so we're still waiting on that. Maybe it never will. They were like, fuck it, we tried. Actually, on second thought, it had too much promise. Title update number 16 is available. Let's go check out the patch notes here. And there are actually a couple interesting things in this that we can talk about. It's mostly bug fixes, but many of the bug fixes this year, or the bugs that have been around this year, seem like they could have been fixed actually in this patch here. The contract problem applying to the Path to Glory timed loan players, that's fixed now. SPCs with multiple rewards did not always display the entire list of rewards. That was a bug, by the way. This wasn't like a feature added back. This was a bug since last year. I think that wasn't a thing even last year, I don't think. Apparently it's been a bug. It was an issue. Okay, keep reading on. When two of the same player items were on the pitch, playstyle UI indicators did not display. This was a visual issue only. So people for a long time have been talking about how sometimes playstyle indicators like didn't show up when you used said playstyle, like a rapid wouldn't come up, technical wouldn't come up, something like that. Apparently that was an actual glitch, and it was just a visual issue when there were two of the same player items on the pitch. So that's been a thing since day one, I believe, as well, or at least very early on into the year, I believe. This has been a thing for many years now. Sometimes the player performance screen for the opponent's team displayed a base version of a player item. If you go and look at the performance screen, say after the game, you want to look at player ratings, right? That's the performance screen, and you look at the other players and the another team, it usually said base Ronaldo, base Messi, and they probably had team of the year, team of the season, that kind of thing. That's been around for, to me, I think even last year that was a thing as well. They added a pause function for an active evolution. Okay, so if you wanted to pause it for whatever reason, I guess you can do that. We continue down here, you know, clubs issues, you can read through those if you want to. Career mode, there's an issue there you can read through. But also this down here, addressed instances of misaligned text and images. I wonder if that might fix the glitch of players' faces going off of their cards, because that's been a thing since day one as well. That has not been fixed until hopefully now. Placeholder images as well. I'm assuming this is for the old gen version when they had that like not found card. I hope that's what that fixed there. I assumed these would not be fixed this year, by the way, so I'm happy to see at least they are doing it for this game. It shows that they like know at least that they need to do it now and not just wait till next year, because they didn't have to, honestly. That's like the one piece of credit I'll give them. And they also addressed several UI elements and button callouts not displaying and functioning as intended. Don't know what that means, but okay. But yeah, so the update basically fixes a bunch of bugs, and there've been this game's been filled with bugs since day one, obviously, and I'm sure there still will be a bunch of bugs in this game, but at least some of the most annoying ones seem to, you know, they're trying to tackle them, at least now. Now, does that really mean anything at all to you? Probably not, honestly. We're so late into the year now that the damage has been done already, but at least I guess they have decided, hey, we're not going to wait till next year, we're going to do it now. So I'll be optimistic about stuff and say, hey, at least they knew that they needed to fix it. But still absolutely fucking egregious, it took 7 months, wait, longer than 7 months, it took 8 months, yeah, 8 months to actually fix them. And even longer in some cases, like that SBC reward thing. I'm pretty sure that was not a thing last year. I could be wrong about that. Someone let me know in the comments, please, that I could be wrong, but I'm fairly certain maybe it happened last year, but that was not a thing for all of last year. When you press square and you could see the cards, I'm pretty sure that was like FIFA 19 and 20 and 21 where that was a thing. And I swear it's been at least a year and a half since we saw that feature. Okay, moving on. Rasmus Højlund is going to be a make your mark player here. Danish and Man United fans might have just pissed themselves. Moving on for Tessie as well, the young Italian. Like I said, we continue to see pretty hyped up players in these make your mark teams. Next up, Charles de Ketelaere, who had a comeback season this year after his horror show at Milan. Atalanta played really well this year, and now he's on the Belgian squad. He's got a card. And tall players here as well. Obviously very good. Was he 6'2", 6'3", CDK, I think. So I mean, chance for him to actually be really, really good. Jonathan David as well is going to be in the team, in part of the Copa America team. Stats are a prediction, obviously, as well. Are Canada, like, good? Can someone tell me in the comments? I don't even really know about how good Canada actually is. I'm assuming they're not great, obviously, but what's Canada's ceiling? Like, how far could they theoretically go in this tournament? Next up, Danny Carvajal as well, who obviously scored the Champions League. Was it the winning goal? He scored the first goal of the Champions League, right? Someone said Carvajal's entering his second prime right now, and does this mean he only needs one more clean sheet to get upgraded since Spain beat Croatia 3-0? And that's correct. These upgrades actually start from the 14th of June when the Euros began, right? So you actually, Carvajal in Spain got a clean sheet. He's a defender, so that upgrade will already exist. He will have the chemistry boost. And last player league is Stanisic as well, Leverkusen, and Croatian player. He's the last one we've got right now. And then we've got the Festival Football Academy Defenders Pack. So this, we figured it would be a thing. We saw attackers and midfielders. Now we know we're going to see defenders as well. So once again, if you're a big Evo fan out there, I think Evolution is one of the best things in this game right now. It's one of the things keeping it alive, honestly. If there are good Evos out, it makes me want to do them and actually play this shite game. We will see defenders now, which is nice. The midfielders were like okay. I don't think they were nearly as good as the attackers, honestly. Hopefully we see godlike defenders, because there's so many good defenders and like who cares anymore? Like make them godlike. Like the game's OP defensively anyway. Who gives a shit? And also the first 98 rated player in this entire year is coming, and it's GOTG Dog Leash. Almost call him Goat Dog Leash. Great to the game Dog Leash is going to be 98 rated. If they scored, I think 2 more goals, I believe he's going to get another playstyle plus also. So this card's now like 4 million coins. It looks insane, and it's going to be 98 rated for the first time all year. There's no 98 rated card all year yet, by the way. They've been trying to like save up the ratings boost and stuff like that, and they've done a pretty good job of that. Even though cards are ridiculous right now, playstyle plus, that's all that matters. Overall rating means jack shit when a card's like Erling Haaland at 97. Who gives a shit what his rating is? Or 4 playstyle plus 97 rated player, like, is that any different than a 99? I don't know. It doesn't seem like it to me. Also, we did not see cost Kostic at all yet in the player leaks, and Kostic is apparently leaked here as well. You know, we've seen Trent, Doku, and Konate, Rodrigo Mendy, but we've not seen Kostic there, so he's also leaked apparently. And also, did I not say this like yesterday or was it 2 days ago? When did I say this? This is now a thing. Pros cannot use cards with Aerial Plus in the tournament later today. They banned it. So they said, actually, fuck it. This product does suck ass, and maybe let's change it. I mean, it's not going to make things a lot better at all, actually, because the gameplay is still at the base goddamn horrendous. But pro tournaments now are not going to be decided by winning headers. So that's cool, I suppose. Will you be there? Will you be tuning in to FIFA esports? I know I won't be. And is this true? Was this the Turkey versus Georgia and Croatia versus Albania games? Was this true? It is kind of funny that the games where it's like the lesser nations, it kind of feels like football did 10 years ago or 15, 20 years ago. Low-key, the Premier League recently has been obviously entertaining, but you know, the Pep brand of football, oftentimes, you know, you see an Arsenal Man City game, you know, is probably gonna suck, honestly. Is that not true? I think there is something to be said for the entertainment aspect, actually, in some of the like lesser nations in these tournaments and in other leagues as well. Might just make for better football watching, even though the Premier League is like the best talent league-wise, you know what I mean? I don't know, what do you guys think about that? What I will say now is Path to Glory cards for Rivals Rewards tonight. Rivals Rewards are almost always the best time to buy anything that's going to be impacts at the time. I know Path to Glory cards right now have their own sort of weird fluctuations because they're live, obviously, right? But if we scroll down, look at all the Make Your Mark cards, you know, if you want to get in at some point, it will be after rewards. No matter almost when the game they play is, even if it's tomorrow that they play, I still think it's going to be the best time is going to be Rivals Rewards because it's so far and away the time where people pack tradable stuff the most. They give you some of the best tradable packs, even almost better than Weekend League. So it's one of really the only times you can go in and buy cards that are going to be cheaper than you know they just were, if that makes sense. Because when you have Weekend League rewards, everybody can get them at different times. Rivals rewards come out at the exact same time for everybody, and you will see added supply immediately. So you're going to see prices drop, and then quickly after an hour or two go back up again. So I just still think no matter what, if you want to buy one of these, you should do it after Rivals rewards. Okay, let's read you guys' comments now. And I talked yesterday about the fact that their pack weight was bad, right? And I will say, you know, Kurt says kind of what the other side of this is do you want pack weight to be insane and everyone to have insane teams? I will say the way you said it though, you know, we're gonna need some punctuation. Okay, we're gonna need some punctuation. I can't read this comment when I don't see a period, a comma, and a semicolon. I see jack shit. But you make a good point, and also I think, you know, you're kind of not arguing the exact same thing that I am here. Do you want everyone to have over-the-top teams, or like, you know, he wants to go back to the old days when getting icons and special cards were not easy? And this is kind of where the misunderstanding comes in. They're obviously going the route where like we want people to have really good teams from the start, right? They want you to get the 95% team. The 100% team is where you can't get to, right? That's kind of what EA's goal has been since 22, I would say. If that is going to be their goal, menu grinders need to be more rewarded for spending time in the menus of their game. They just haven't been for a couple of years now, really. League SBCs last year at the beginning of the year, you know, when we're at like October, League SBCs are fine. They're just fine. You don't need anything extra, really. But when we're in June and we're sitting here with bad player picks, not great upgrade packs, and bad pack weight, and you are going the route of getting everybody special cards, but the only way to do that is really through the store and spending FIFA points, that's the problem. If they made it so that, yeah, getting cards were less accessible and people had worse teams than they did before, then the pack weight right now wouldn't be a problem. But you're making it so that it's easy to get these crazy players, but if you're menu grinding, actually, they still make it difficult, which I don't get. I don't get that part of it. That's kind of where the disconnect comes in for me. But I agree. If I could have it my way, I would rather have them go all out and basically give everybody great teams, because then everyone gets to have a great experience in the game, rather than like FIFA 17 and 18 and really, you know, those FIFAs where it was like you had to play until July to get Ronaldo, to get Messi. Even the season time came and Ronaldo was still like 1 million coins, goal Ronaldo. I think it's good they got away from that, but I think we can have a happy medium here where it's like, you know, you don't have to have everybody having the most insane teams, but also they went the other way really hard where it's like gold cards are useless and the TOTS cards are 15 mil. So there's a happy medium somewhere here. It's finding that do you trust EA to find that? Probably not. Anubis TJ Sports, when it comes to points, folks need to understand that not everybody is watching FC content on YouTube. Some people get home from work, turn their console on, play for a couple hours, and since they don't have a lot of time to grind, they spend money. Even the ones who are aware of people saying don't spend money, they do it anyways because they do not care. They aren't a chronically online person who gets crazy cards frequently. That honestly is fine because you're never going to get everybody to stop buying FIFA points. You're never going to get that. My question, I guess, to like, is you Anubis or anybody who, oh, it's kind of pointless because people will just do it anyway. My question would be, do you think the game is good enough in the state that it is right now? Because if you don't think it's good enough, then we got to do something. Something needs to change if you don't think the game is in the right state. If you think the game is fine, then that's fine. You probably don't want to worry about not or boycotting FC points. You probably don't care about that. But I don't think the mission is hopeless just because people will just do it anyway. People we know will do anything anyway, no matter what boycott ban you do. You never stop everything altogether in anything. I still think it's worth it to be like, hey, let's spread the word and stop doing it. You'll get people to stop. And the top comments were all basically saying just the menu grind got way worse. You know, I talk about the menu grind a lot because I came from and it really loved the time when there was a menu grind in this game. I think most people probably weren't around in FIFA 19 when if you put a ton of hours into this game, you could basically get any card you wanted to. My end game team was Ruud Gullit, R9, is like Prime Icon Moments Eusebio, and those back then, it's equivalent now to having like Tots Mbappe, Tots Ronaldo, and Tots Messi up top. That was all by just grinding the menus, nothing else. It took a ton of time, but you were still able to do it. I'm fine with taking a ton of time. It doesn't have to be, oh, I spend an hour doing this and I get the best cards. It can be really a grind, but right now it's not achievable. It's not realistically achievable. Then it was. So I talk about the menu grind a lot, and people might just think like, what even is that per se? But we had it in a couple of years, FIFA 19, FIFA 20, where it was like, this menu grind is awesome, and it was great, and it was fun and rewarding to do. Even if the gameplay was bad, you're still like doing stuff all the time, and you can still get a really good team just without spending money if you put a lot of time in. You know, that is gone now, and that's why I'm partly, you know, more, I guess, harsh and critical on some things that EA do, is because we had a system in the game a way better system who just put time in and not money, and they ruined it because it was too good. And we still just put 3 hours a day, and like bronze packs was like an hour a day at least if you wanted to actually grind the menus like really efficiently. We had to open bronze packs like an hour a day, and they still, even at that point, said that's too good. That's why I'm more critical than maybe most people are, and I want to be fair still, but just that's the point I'm coming from, is that the place I'm coming from, I should say, is a place of times of FIFA where it was amazing menu content, and we just don't see the same type anymore. Some of it is better and some of it is worse, and I think the most important thing though is worse. But if I talked enough, are you tired of me? I think that we're still here. I love you and thank you for being here. Subscribe if you're new. I'll see you this video over soon. Peace.